250 babies are born per minute. That's 360,000 each day. According to the National Institute of Health, every 15 minutes a baby is born addicted to drugs. That's 100 babies on average each day born addicted to drugs. Babies born addicted to drugs are diagnosed with something called neonatal abstinence syndrome. Many don't know what this is, and neither did I until July 31st, 2015, when my cousin was born and diagnosed with it. From the moment she left the hospital, she was released into my family's custody, and for 6 months she stayed with us. You were unable to touch her face, she was unable to eat, so she had a feeding tube, and she moaned and cried all the time. Statistics on babies born with NAS are rising each year, per the National Institute of Drug Abuse. Let's talk about a few things. How do drugs harm babies? What is causing the increase of drug use during pregnancy? And what can we do to lower statistics? First, how drugs harm infants. Using drugs when pregnant harms the baby immediately. Drugs enter the baby through the placenta, and depending on the drug, depends on how it affects the child. Some are irreversible and lifelong, and others are just minor effects. What is causing the increase of drug use in pregnant women? Drugs are easily accessible. It's a drug-centered world, so many can just grab them without hesitation. The easy access leads to early addiction. Another way is when doctors prescribe painkillers and people use them in ways they shouldn't, which also leads to addiction. Addiction to drugs is due to the feeling you get when using them. People love this so-called high. In my opinion, drug usage while pregnant is child abuse. When people die, your last heartbeat is considered your sign of death, so why isn't the first a sign of life? In order to prevent this, when women go to their baby checkups, they should be drug tested immediately. And if failed, action should be taken in order to prevent this. People should also volunteer to become a voice for a baby born with NAS. The Guardian Ad Litem program has volunteer work where you can help and fight for the voice of the infant. Infants are being abused and left with life-altering disabilities, which they can't choose and didn't choose. The accessibility of street drugs and prescription drugs needs stricter laws. Mothers aren't being held accountable, merely leaving with a slap on the wrist, which isn't fair. In order to prevent this or help decrease NAS, we need to start by understanding a life is a life, no matter how small, from the moment a heartbeat is heard until the moment the heartbeat stops. You and I are the future, and together we can change it. That was one experience.
You 24 now.